Welcome to It's Tomorrow News. I am Hena Talati. Let us have a glance at the headlines first. Alaska is facing its strongest storm in over a decade. Tropical storm watches, warnings issued for Fiona. Typhoon Muifa brings heavy rainfall along the China's east coast. 10 centimeters of the hail covers town in southeast France. Typhoon Marbok remnant threatens western Alaska with the high winds and coastal flooding. A vast swath of the western Alaska could see flooding and high winds as the remnants of the Typhoon Marbok move towards the Bering Sea region. Even for the northern Bering Sea, this will be the deepest or strongest storm seen in September, so this is considered as a quiet and unusual storm. The National Weather Service has issued a coastal flood warnings in place beginning Friday, spanning from the parts of the southwest Alaska all the way up to the Chukchi Sea in the northwest Alaska. The agency warned on the Thursday that the water levels in the Nome could be up to 11 feet above the normal high tide line and in Golovin up to 13 feet. The Weather Service has also warned that some locations may experience their worst coastal flooding in nearly 50 years. Peak water levels will persist for 10 to 14 hours before water recedes. The 2011 Alaska storm with high gusts over 90 miles per hour left behind a wide swath of destruction. Like Marbok, the 2011 system was an extratropical storm. An extratropical storm or cyclone has a cold air at its core, unlike a tropical storm or cyclone which has warm core. Both can cause significant damage from the strong winds, heavy rain and storm surge. The National Weather Service in Fairbanks is urging coastal residents to complete preparations for the storm by Friday morning as the conditions will begin to rapidly deteriorate. Tropical storm watches, warning issued for Fiona. Tropical storm Fiona is trekking through the western Atlantic and will impact the northern Caribbean islands with the potentially flooding rainfall and strong wind gusts in the coming days. The tropical storm Fiona is trekking through the western Atlantic Ocean. It will produce flooding rain and strong wind gusts in the Leeward Islands, and it may do the same in the Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands this weekend. But it is too early to tell if this system will ever become a mainland US threat. Tropical storm Fiona is centered around 300 miles east of the northeastern Caribbean islands and is producing a large area of showers and thunderstorms mainly to the east of its center or circulation. The tropical storm is a tropical cyclone that has maximum sustained winds between 39 and 73 miles per hour. On this trek, Fiona should reach the Leeward Island by Friday night. It could then move near the US Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico and Hispaniola this weekend into the early next week. Fiona has been subtly losing latitude since early Thursday, meaning its forecast has drifted southward and westward recently. Typhoon Muifa brings heavy rainfall along the China's east coast. Heavy rains accompanied by the strong winds caused by the Typhoon Muifa left China's east coast on Friday, and around 1.6 million people were forced to leave their homes and move to safer locations, reported AFP. Most flights at the Shanghai's main airport were also grounded. Shanghai is home for more than 25 million people. Muifa is reportedly the strongest tropical cyclone to hit Shanghai since the beginning of the record keeping in 1949. So far, there are no reports of any casualties due to the Muifa. Around 426,000 people were evacuated in Shanghai, while 1.2 million people were taken to temporary shelters in the neighboring Zhejiang province. Floods were reported in several areas of the Yangtze River Delta region. Traffic jams were also reported in the Shanghai due to the intense rainfall. Notably, Typhoon Muifa struck Zhoushan City in the Jiangxia on Wednesday and Fangshan district in Shanghai on Thursday, and moreover a landslide occurred in the Ning'ai county in the Jiangxia province. Giant waves were reportedly hit the coastline of the Hangzhou Bay. As per the Chinese news agency Xinhua, the storm with winds of up to 82 kilometers per hour made landfall at 12 a.m. on Friday. Notably, Muifa is the 12th typhoon that has hit China in 2022 so far. Last week, Typhoon Hinnamnor also hit Shanghai and its neighboring region. 10 centimeters of the hail covers town in southeast France, cold snap on way. Storms have moved in over France and now temperatures are expected to fall by 10 to 15 degrees Celsius after record high seasonal temperatures early this week. The town in the southeast France saw more than 10 centimeters of the hailstorms accumulate on the ground as a violent storm moved over the area. It lasted from 20 to 30 until midnight, covering the town of Gap in the Hautes Alps in the blanket of the icy residue, which was 15 centimeters thick in some places, according to the Meteo Alps Durance. Some residents had to use the shovel to clear the pavement outside their homes. Meteorologists noted that the hailstorm was exceptional, adding this type of phenomenon remains rarely rare, especially in terms of quantity of the hail seen. In some areas in the Gap, cellars were flooded as a result of the storm, and the torrents of the water were seen running down the several different streets. Firefighters were called out about 15 incidents during the evening, mostly to pump the water out the cellars. They said that there was no serious damage done, although a few trees did fall during the episode. Gap's local authorities said that its service was deployed to clear several streets of the fallen trees, hail and other debris, and agencies said that 130 streets have experienced power cuts. After seeing temperatures of up to 39 degrees Celsius earlier this week, with several seasonal records set in western France, the country is set to experience a cold spell this weekend. That's all for now. For more news updates, stay tuned with us. It's Tomorrow News. For more global weather updates like this, subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon for regular updates.